So looky what we have here. It is the best of all days. It is delivery day. We're going to unbox the Nike Zegama Trail. Cool. Size 10. It's a good start. And we have the Nike ZoomX Zegama Trail. I went with the black and white option. There was another option which was pretty crazy, but I went with the standard one, Nike Trail. Some fancy little material there. Oh, look at that. Big stack height. And some decent looking lugs. So as if by magic, we're going to make them appear here. So there they are. The Nike Zegama Trail straight out the box. So here we go. They're going on foot for the first time. The first thing I've noticed is the laces are pretty thin there, which might not be a bad thing. And they are super stiff, like the forefoot has some flexibility in it, but not in the middle at all. Like there's zero flexibility there. So let's try them on. These are a size 10, which are my normal size in Nike. Really good lace tightening immediately. I struggled with a pair of Innovates where the laces wouldn't tighten the way I wanted them to. But these, when you pull at the top, they immediately tighten down. These are my normal size, and I've got a good thumb width there. I like my shoes a bit tighter than that, so you could think about going down half a size. True to size is probably the way forward, but you could think about going down half a size. I wouldn't go up at all. There's plenty of room there. They almost feel like basketball shoes on. Be interesting to see how they feel on the trail. So there they are. Certainly feel a bit of squish. They're not Vaporfly soft at all. They're quite comfortable on. There are a lot of softer shoes out there than these. And actually the flexibility is not a problem. I thought I was going to be a bit worried about the flexibility. But there seems to be enough toe off there to keep the flexibility where you need it. So these are going to be interesting. The front is quite interesting. That we've got this sort of slightly splayed out bit. I don't know if this is firmer foam. It doesn't feel it. It might actually be softer to the touch, but it's a different colour foam. And it splays out a little bit. I don't know if that's to promote, it's softer, but it promotes stability in that area. It certainly seems to promote stability. And this almost reminds me of the Adios Pro 3. It's quite angular, so maybe they'll have a bit more of a rocker to them. The other thing I would note, if you look inside, we've got a fully gusseted tongue here. I don't know if I can show it to you. There's a fully gusseted tongue in there which goes down. It's not a massive lockdown on the foot, but you can certainly feel the tongue, which is, it's got enough padding actually. It's thin here, but there's enough padding where the laces are, so that's decent, and it's gusseted all the way down to here. The interesting thing to note though is that the insoles are glued in. You can't take them out. So if you've got orthotics, that's something to bear in mind. They don't feel particularly thick, but you would have to rip them out if you were trying to take them out. I'll be interested by the grip on these as well. So they seem to have quite deep lugs, and there's enough of them. So I know the Nike rubber in the past has previously been criticised for not being grippy enough. But there's enough lugs on here that if there's a lack of grip, then they're definitely using the wrong rubber. So it'll be interesting to see how these perform out on the trail. So there also seems to be plenty of stability in these, like there's not much roll either way. Don't know if that's going to make them weirdly unstable on the trail, but certainly at the minute they feel pretty stable. The other interesting thing about these is this sort of gaiter here that's designed to keep out rocks. It's not flush to your foot, so it'll be interesting to see if they do keep out rocks. Another pull tab here. Again, I'm not sure if people use those, but if you like those, they do have a pull tab, and they feel nice on foot. Like the upper is super flexible. There's certainly enough room in there, and this sort of toe guard is it's pretty flexible, so I'm not sure how much protection you're going to get from that, although there is down the front here a rubber bit that you can see, which is probably what you would kick any rocks with, so they're probably banking on that being enough, and it wraps all the way around to the side, so I suspect that's what that's for. So cool, I'm excited. Another thing that's pretty difficult to show you is this sort of heel collar, but there's a decent amount of padding there, so I'm hoping that the lockdown in the heel is pretty good. There's no excuse if it isn't, because that is a decent amount of padding to hold the heel down. There is a rock plate in there, I believe. I can't feel anything, and this is all ZoomX, but there's none of that creasing that you got in the original Vaporflies anyway, so there must be some sort of coating on this, and certainly this is a way firmer version of ZoomX than you would find in the Vaporflies. So I'm going to be interested to see how they perform out on the trails, and I'll give an update as soon as I've got them. So thanks for tuning in. Mash the like button, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one once I've given these a trail run.